On October 21st, IBJ unveils the 2025 Women of Influence. Join us to celebrate Indy's most inspiring leaders and hear the powerful stories behind their success. Don't miss this moment. Register now at ibj.com/influence2025.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand for Friday, October 17th, 2025. I'm Gary Dick. Look for Governor Mike Braun to visit the Caterpillar Large Engine Center in Lafayette next Tuesday to tour the facility's $725 million expansion. There is also expected to be news regarding a $100 million commitment related to preparing the workforce there in areas like robotics, automation, and artificial intelligence. New details are emerging on a large data center project in Morgan County, a $1 billion project that could end up using some 1,200 megawatts of power. That's about twice the annual usage of all of AES Indiana's residential customers. Ben Inskeep is with the Citizens Action Coalition.
One of our big concerns is that AES appears to be focused on expanding their fossil fuels to power this and other potential data centers.
The Fort Wayn Football Club says it is on track to complete construction of its new soccer stadium on the city's southeast side by its March 2026 deadline. Plans for the 8,400-seat soccer stadium were first announced a year ago, and construction began in April. The venue will be used by the team as it begins its first season in the top tier of the United Soccer League. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio. Our Innovate Indiana series is on the move in October. Join us for Innovate Southern Indiana in New Albany, October 1st. Innovate South Bend Elkhart in South Bend, October 14th, and Innovate South Central Indiana in Bloomington, October 24th. The Innovate series is presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. Each location will feature a powerful afternoon of ideas, innovation, and insight, and what's next for each region. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate. Julie Rowe Lach, the commissioner of the Indianapolis-based Horizon League, is leaving her job to join Pacers Sports and Entertainment as Executive Vice President of External Relations and Community Engagement. She previously spent more than 15 years with the Indianapolis-based NCAA. A new survey shows 5 in 6 Indiana parents who want an after-school program for their child can't find one, largely because of cost, transportation, or a lack of available options.
According to new survey data from the After School Alliance, just 83,820 Hoosier children are enrolled in an after-school program, even though parents of nearly 500,000 kids would like to be. After-school programs range from academic tutoring and STEM clubs to sports, arts, and mentoring activities that give students a safe, structured place to spend time after the school day ends. Nearly all Indiana parents whose children are enrolled in after-school programs rate them highly, with 91% calling their programs excellent or very good, according to the survey. But 53% of parents whose children aren't enrolled said cost was a barrier, and nearly half cited transportation or inconvenient locations. On average, Indiana children spend 5.8 hours per week in after-school programs, which cost families about $76.90 per week, according to the Alliance. The survey, conducted by Edge Research, included responses from 675 Indiana parents and is the first of its kind since the COVID-19 pandemic. Indiana-specific data published by the Alliance shows 84% of Hoosier parents said after-school programs give them peace of mind, and 83% said such programs help them keep their jobs or work more hours. Indiana parents also overwhelmingly support more public funding, with 89% in favor. The survey also found that after-school participation gaps persist across income levels. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
The University of Notre Dame and Beacon Health System have announced a new multi-year research collaboration. Under terms of the agreement, Notre Dame and Beacon will jointly develop collaborative health-focused research projects, especially in the areas of oncology and health data. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand. Indiana's biggest names, their most personal stories. The Business and Beyond podcast brings you one-on-one conversations with the state's top leaders in business, sports, politics, and culture. If you want to know what makes Indiana tick, this is your show. Subscribe and listen wherever you get your podcasts or at ibjpodcasts.com.
The IBJ Media Podcast Network is the soundtrack of a growing state. Indiana is on the move, and you can hear it happening on the IBJ Media Podcast Network. We bring you the voices at the center of our economy, our courts, our companies, and our communities. Subscribe now and be part of the conversation that's building Indiana's future. Find all of our shows by searching IBJ Media in your podcast app or visit ibjpodcasts.com.